Hi, I'm going to show you part of the problem people have with older motorcycles and LED lights inside. I'll show you one of the LED lights. See that? That's one of the LED lights. And they're not designed the same way that an incandescent bulb is designed. And when I pull my blinker off, I'll show you what I mean. I'll do that really quick. Incandescent bulbs been around for a long time, and what the problem is they're shaped round, and light comes out of it round like a bulb, right? These are more square at the top, right? More square. See that? They're square. The only reason that causes a problem is because of the design of the inside of the lens. And I'll take it apart and I'll show you what I mean. So bear with me, or go feed your dog or have dinner and come back. I'll fast forward this though, so you don't have to watch it and listen to it. And when I'm changing the bulb in, well, I already changed it. This is a 1982 Honda Goldwing GL 1100 Interstate. I'm not familiar with all the motorcycles. I've only ever actually taken a couple of these apart, but they seem to have the same theme, and I'll show you what I mean. See there, I got one of those LED bulbs in there, and this is the lens. And I'll show you what I did with this lens in a minute. What I'm going to show you is what I did to that lens. I happened to be at a motorcycle store. Well, it's a parts store. It's a motorcycle graveyard in, I think it's Mount Pleasant, Michigan, probably about 45 miles from here. And I go there and get parts. They have parts for older motorcycles. And I saw one of these lenses busted up. And I just glanced around inside, and I was kind of surprised at how much of the silver projectile from the inside there was. It's not very much, but because round bulbs reflect differently than these bulbs, the light comes all over equally out of that. This, it's more flat out that way and then that way, so it's not rounded around here. Well, it just so happens that the light that comes out from there where it wouldn't on here is a lot of where the silver projectile stuff is inside, and I'll show you. These don't come apart typically, but I'll show you what I did. I just wanted to see if I could improve the amount of light that's being projected by one of these LED bulbs. So I took this handy old guy. Everybody probably has one of those, or most everybody. If you don't, they do come in handy. And I put this little cutter guy on it. You see it? It's metal. I don't know how they do this. Like that. See, it's metal and it's a cutter. I'm not going to put it on right now. I already did this. I was using this for something else. But anyways, I took this blade. I'm the fake Dremel I had, and I took it all the way around here, right between the lens and where they glued it onto the case, the lens case. There's a spot in there where they glued it on at the factory. So I just took this and went all the way around it. It took, I don't know, about 10 minutes to do both of them. And when you take it apart, what you see is what you get. Now, up here, it's all white. It doesn't come out very far. And down here, there's quite a bit of white. Now, this is how it sits on a motorcycle. So, this would be the bottom. Well, what I'm going to do is, yeah, you could probably spray paint that, but I bought some reflective tape. I got a couple strips online that's really highly reflective silver tape. It should be coming in a couple days, and I'm gonna cut it here and fill all of this in with that reflective tape. Put it on there and do a comparison of what the difference is, because I believe you have this bulb in here and it only sticks out about that far. I don't know if you can see it, but it doesn't stick out very far. So fortunately, on my Goldwing, when I turn my front blinkers on, the running light in this goes off, so you can really see it blinking. That's not so on a lot of applications for vehicles or motorcycles. Mine, I just happen to get lucky. So, but this is a pretty bright LED bulb, and I'm happy with how bright it is. And I have them on the back too, for my running lights and stop lights in the back. So, having taken these apart, I don't know if it'll be worth, if I'll get any extra light projecting out of this lens, but these lenses are designed, I used to work in a plastics plant and we made stuff like this, and these are designed to pick up the light from an incandescent bulb. They are not designed to pick the light up from an LED. The LED travels differently because it's sitting on here differently. If the manufacturers ever got awakened and figured out that they should make a round bulb with all these lights on here, and they could make it significantly different with the blinking part. More lights come on when it's blinking than come on when it's just on running, so you could see a significant difference. Because that's the biggest gripe I've heard, is that there's not a significant enough difference. People don't like to run them in their brake lights because they want to see people. You want people to see them having their brakes come on. Mine, I'm happy with, but I did have to modify it to put a white light. I just put a white LED pointing down, so my in Michigan they like your license plate to be lit with white, not red, because you're supposed to use red LEDs with red lenses and amber LEDs with amber lenses, but many amber LEDs come out with a little bit of a bluish tint with them, so it made this kind of seem green. And when I put the white light in there, it was a lot better and it was a lot brighter. Same company made them, but I think it's because of the white light, this lens picked it up better. But I'm just curious. I'm happy with how that LED lights this up, but if I can get a little more by putting some more silver down there and up there to reflect more of that light that's coming off of this bulb, because a lot of it's just going down. And if I hold it there, we got about 1, 2, 3 of these sections pointing down, and all that's doing is lighting up this white here. It's not hitting here. So when this round bulb is lit up, it's hitting every single area of this, and plus it's a little bit of it's coming off of the silver. Okay, it's all coming off the silver, and it's coming off of there too, and it does that in both situations, where whether it's blinking or running, it emits the same amount in all the places. This doesn't, because it changes which lights are on when it's blinking. So, could I tell you which ones come on when it's blinking and not? I will in the next video. But for now, I'm just going to button this up so I don't lose the parts. Wait for the silver reflective tape come, and oh no, I'll get this out somewhere. And then I'll let you know. I'll do a comparison test, maybe in the dark, of one of them with the reflective tape in it and one side without it, with just the running lights on, and the blinkers, and see if there's any difference. So maybe that'll explain a little bit why some people have trouble with the LEDs, and the manufacturers could do a little bit better job. I think they're trying. I've looked around. Yeah, you can buy some really, really expensive bulbs that will last longer, but I don't think they do any better job, because I look at the design, and if they're still square like that, even ones that are simulated round, they have a round coating on them, but they're still square like that. If they could manufacture a bulb like this with the LEDs all over it, and half of them come on when it's for blinking and half of them for running lights, I think we'd have a way better swap over. Now there are lenses now that are designed for LEDs. The LEDs sit way closer. You can tell an LED light when it's blinking. Motorcycles have them on them now, but older bikes and older vehicles have this problem. I like LEDs. All I had to do for my LED blinkers was just change it to from a mechanical blinker fuse to an electronic one, and it works fine. And I think I'm saving power, but I like the reaction time. I mean, they come on, they're crisp, and I save a little bit of power. I'm not too worried about the power, but the bulbs last forever, well, just about. But I ran these for at least 2 years, and not one of those burned out. And you think motorcycles are a little harder on them, but my Goldwing, you know, it rides pretty smooth, doesn't shake it up a lot. But so other bikes that shake them up a lot might have a little more trouble, but as far as I'm concerned, it was plenty sturdy for me. And you know, if they're made halfway decent, they're not going to come apart. But you can't buy like a $3 or $4 bulb and expect it to do any. This was like $10, but it's you know, 30,000 hours of light, and it's pretty bright too. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching.